How are y'all doing today? This is Donna Reiners, and I've been planning this all day long and just now got to it. And I just have a little public service announcement, like another million people that have it across the planet in their own zone with their own things that are happening in their own lives. First, I just want to say, I have a friend in the Philippines that said that they weren't really worried as much about the virus as they were worried about starving to death. So, there's a perspective in all of our lives. All of these countries have their own perspective of what's happening to them and with their families. And so I'm just pertaining to my own atmosphere and not a bunch of business. It's not my business, But I had something drop in my heart today, and I just want to share it. If I can find the piece of paper earlier on. It's called the Domino effect. And it's real simple. I'm not saying a long time. These are the things I wrote down. Are you stir crazy? Are you feeling useless and making decisions based on your emotions, but not realize it's on your emotions? Are you serving others, but not taking your own personal community into thought? And I got a little understanding this morning because I have a friend who had a daughter impacted and who was diagnosed with the corona in the Katy area. And it wasn't real popular just then yet, you see. Or things weren't on quarantine, all those things yet. And so they were just sent home by the hospital. I had to worry about it. And she had to get to a doctor to actually get some help, And I'm just thinking about how things have progressed over the last season of our lives, a small snippet in the lives of Katy Houston, America community. And I was thinking about how, as paranoid as it sounds for some people, especially people that love God and people that, I'm saved by the blood and nothing's going to touch me and all that jazz. Honestly, this is a great season to know that, but also respect what we're going through as a community and not infect other people and impact other people by something you might be carrying, whether you know it or not. And I just want to encourage you not to get so stir crazy. If you are someone that fills your life with serving others in order for you to feel like you're useful, in order for you to feel like you have purpose, you are going to go stir crazy. You're going to want to get out there and go do something and help somebody. And I'm going to go do this. But you're going to call it, well, they need this. Well, there are some things, yes, we need, but some things, maybe you should stay at home and not compromise your personal community. Maybe you should respect the community you're in. Listen, I was thankful when my husband was told they were all going to work from home. Why? Well, honestly, because I'm in a season of life where I have some issues happening in me physically, and I don't want the compromise physically. I don't want all those things going on around me because I have my own issues, and I don't want to spread those issues. And so instead of thinking, oh, I'm going stir crazy and I got to get out and I got to go visit with this person, visit with that person, and go do this and go do that, maybe have some intention in your own home, in your own yard, in your own environment. Have some intention with your own self. Maybe be productive in your own place. Maybe you have an office that needs to be rewired. Maybe you have some reading you need to catch up on. Maybe you have a pantry you could go through, because eventually all this is going to blow over. Eventually. I don't know when that is. But in the meantime, if we can respect the boundaries in place that are for all of community and not just ourselves, not just think, well, this is just about me and I'm going stir crazy, so I got to get out of here and I got to do this. But then you come back home and you infect other people or you impact other people. Emotionally speaking, people can be around other people in a bad mood and come home and bring that bad mood. There's also the bacteria and the virus things happening. We can go out and be around people that have been around people you don't know anything about. And you bring it home to your compromised immune family. And then there you have it. And it takes 2 to 14 days to manifest. This is not a fear monger. I'm not a fear monger at all. I'm just saying, what if this season of life, we just don't make it just about us, but we make it about our communities. And we help our community where we are and not drive across town when you have a need right there that needs to be met. You have things right there that could be helped and encouraged and strengthened. And if you don't see that or feel that, maybe you have a letter you could write. I'm happy to private message you my address if you'd like to send me a letter. Write a card to encourage somebody. As far as I know, the mail's still running. You know, you could perhaps get something out you've been wanting to study for a while and spend an hour doing that. Maybe you have something in the attic. It's a perfect temperature to do attic stuff right now, guys. Perfect time to clean out a garage. Perfect time to pull weeds. There are all sorts of things that we can do. And if you're in an apartment and you are going nutso, I bet there's some dusting and some cleaning that could be done. You can get out your own cleanser and do something with that. I'm just saying, let's consider one another and just not ourselves, you know? And shouldn't that always be the rule? That we consider one another, not just ourselves, you know? And if you're in a community or you're going out into a community where you don't know people at all, you can't go by what they say or what they don't say. You really can't, because you don't know them. You don't know if they forgot the person they were in contact at the grocery store. And you don't know anything that's going on with other people's lives. It's just a short season of reclusivity. And you know what? If you're still on, there are some people that are reclusing all the time because they have to, because maybe they're in a personal care home, or maybe they already had something happening in them physically and they've had to be at home to rest. I know I've been in a season where I've needed to rest. I've been in a season where I literally have needed and had to stay at home. And I've been in a season where people have tried to contact me and reach into my private world, and I've not been as available. And some of them have been offended, some of them have been hurt, and some of them were fine for a little while, but then it stretched out more and more and more. And so it's funny how those people just kind of drop off, you know, because long term is a little different than short term. Listen, the thing we're going on as a city is not long term. It is short term. Maybe we should just practice some endurance and some patience and some kindness with ourselves and with one another. There's so many things happening in lives we don't know anything about. That person who looks at you wrong in your own home, maybe they're being triggered by something you don't know anything about. And maybe we all just need to exercise some good old-fashioned love. Some good old-fashioned love one another. Some good old-fashioned serving. And I'm not going to go into it right now, but you talk about getting a 411 for me on women that are stay-at-home moms that cook for their families. You talk about getting a huge respect for women to get up and they prepare for the families, and then they prepare again for lunches, and they prepare again for snacks, and they prepare again for dinners, and they prepare again for nighttime. You talk about a high level of respect I've got for men and women that take care of families, children, etc., etc. Oh my gosh. I have had to rise up and go, wow, because in this season where I'm supposed to be resting, I'm pretty much really not being able to rest just because my husband's home. You know, there's things that need to be taken care of during the day that normally you know, I would just do whenever I want, however I want. And so I'm just getting a level of respect for my atmosphere, level of respect for y'all, you know, level of respect for every person. Hi, Miss Stacy. Hi, Marianne. Hi, Allie. Allie, we need to be together. Miss Tina and Carla, Stacy and Stephen. And oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in forever. And Lynn, bless you guys. Listen, it is a new day. And I just encourage all of us to take a deep breath and reevaluate what we say and how we say it. Recalibrate the direction we're taking in any given day. Rethink going out and going places where we bring that back into our community, whether we have children or families, people that already aren't feeling well. Let's just have an upgrade in respect and love for one another. I think it'd be good for all of us. Not from a place of fear. Hey, no. Just a place of honor. Place of relationship. Place of caring about one another. Not just caring about ourselves. You know? Because listen, one thing I know is if someone goes out and they get all messed up and eventually they get, if they get sick and they bring it back to their home, guess what? If they go to the hospital, they're going to have to come back to their home. They won't be able to go to anybody else's home. They have to go back to their home. And then guess what? Everybody gets to be impacted by it. It's just a good season to hunker down and be intentional about loving one another and staying free from things, frequencies, or viruses that would get us off base and out of step with one another. It's a great time to love one another. Anyway, God bless you guys. Just a little PSA, something God dropped in my heart today. You can write letters for snail mail. You can prepare meals if you have food. Some people may not have food. I am sorry. You can think ahead. You can do some projects, schedule some emails if you're in business. Instead of twiddling your thumbs, schedule page content, right? It's tax time. Listen, there are plenty of things to be done because we are a domino effect people. We affect the people around us in our immediate vicinity. So let's love one another from a place of wisdom and not just thinking about ourselves. Anyway, God bless you guys. Love y'all. Until soon. This is Donna. Goodbye.